Welcome to this lesson on ideas, the writing trait, and how we see them in narrative, including how they're different from how we see ideas in essays. Your objectives are that by the end of this lesson, you will be able to define narrative, theme, conflict, plot, and character development. You'll be able to explain what names the main idea in narrative writing and explain what makes the supporting points in narrative writing. You will then be able to explain how essay and narrative writing are different in their expression of the writing trait ideas. Your keywords are ideas, narrative, theme, conflict, plot, and character development. Ideas is the writing trait that talks about the heart of the message, otherwise known as the main idea and its supporting details. Every writing has ideas, but the main idea and supporting details don't show up the same way every time. They're different depending on the type of writing we're doing. In essays, which we're used to writing, we know that the main idea is stated in a thesis statement, the supporting details named in the key points, and the main idea and supporting details are developed through research and cited details. But that's just one type of writing. We're used to seeing this in paragraphs, and our topic sentences and thesis statements make us very aware of what the main idea and its supporting points are. In narratives, however, we see something different. Narratives are stories, and here the idea is named in the theme and shown through many different elements that make stories seem like more complex writings than a standard essay appears. Theme is the message the author wants to send to the reader. It can be summed up as the topic plus the author's attitude towards it. For example, in the story Pinocchio, if we looked at the topic of lying, the author's attitude towards that is lying is bad. So theme can become lying is bad. And that would be the main idea for the story Pinocchio. We see theme expressed through every element of a narrative writing, but we especially see it in the conflict, the plot, and the character developments. Conflict is an absolutely must-have element. Without conflict, a story is boring and has nowhere to go. So conflict is the central problem of the story. Theme is shown by the sort of problem the main character has to overcome and how hard this is for him or her. Plot, or the storyline and everything that happens in the story, revolves around the character growing to overcome the conflict, and so it refers back to this theme frequently. And character development is how a character grows and changes through the course of the story. At the beginning, he or she will lack some desired trait that they have to acquire in order to resolve the conflict. So all of this ties back to theme. Basically, conflict is the big problem that's first introducing us to the theme because it's going to make us focus on whatever the message is and show us the author's attitude towards it. The plot is built on the conflict, which refers back to the theme because this is everything that happens in the story to try and overcome the conflict. And the character development is how the main character or the person trying to overcome this conflict changes to address the problem and resolve it, thus tying back to theme. In summary then, narratives are stories, but they still have ideas that are built on main ideas and supporting details. The main idea in a story is shown through its theme, and its supporting details come through conflict, plot, and character development. We develop this through dialogue and the behavior of the characters themselves, but main idea is theme, and we see that through conflict, plot, and character development, as opposed to essay, where the main idea is in a thesis and the supporting details come in the key points that develop that claim. And that's how we see ideas in narratives and how they're different from essays.